Okay, what's good, guys? So in this video I'm going to be doing a weekly analysis on Eurusd and Nzdusd. And as you guys know, we use the futures chart to analyze because futures is the real pricing of chart of price action. So let's dive into that. But before we go into the weekly outlook on EU, let's check a trade that I took on EU last week. I believe it will be beneficial to somebody to know how we actually got the trade. I posted it and some people were like, how did you get a trade? I didn't know how to explain on X. But yeah, for those of you seeing this video, you have the opportunity to see how I got the trade. So this is the trade right here. And on EU, if you check on EU, let me go to, okay, let me just stay on this time frame. So on EU here, there was no divergence here because this week also was a new week opened at this green thin chain line. And this week was W plus. The other one too was W plus, so there was no exhaustion absorption. This side was not available as liquidity. These were the only liquidities that we had in this price action, and this was the highest volume hour there. And price, came both from a 1 hour zone, to be very honest, and then took this one, but price couldn't sell here. Price can't sell here because that place too is true liquidity. So price took it out, and then they started selling from this zone here. And yeah, so a number of people got this sell from there. I got this one too, but it was taking my time too much, so I was just closing at some point. But I finally got this one. So let's see. How did I get this one here? So this day opened D plus. Yeah, this day is opened D plus. For some people believe that this day flipped to D minus, but my own did not flip the way I check my signals. Although we get them, we want to check for we want to do the weekly outlook. So price took this low and there was no divergence, and the next day opened. So you guys already know that this was just a retracement to take this sessional close liquidity, and price should keep going down. So that's the idea that we've been working with. So we're still bearish on EURUSD, by the way. But how did I get this one? Price was selling here, but during the course of this day, around the New York down to the London close time, price engineered liquidity. It engineered two closing range liquidity, and then it's closing range liquidity, so price will use 1 hour zone. If you go to 1 hour, this whole zone here on 1 hour is a zone. Let me go to 1 hour so you don't think I'm just picking it just randomly. So you see this whole place here is a zone on 1 hour. This last candle here is a zone, and then so the funniest thing about it is the price can buy from very funny zone self as long as there is a liquidity that's in alignment with that time frame that price wants to go and take. So in this case, price bought from this 1 hour zone. So in this case, price bought from this 1 hour zone, and then price came up here. On this day, price opened D plus S minus, and that was what they carried to this place. And since it was MA, I didn't even wait for it to be MA. The moment I saw that this day, even if this day was D minus, it was still going to sell because that would be exhaustion absorption. So either MA or exhaustion absorption, it was going to sell. I just knew that which zone is price not going to invalidate for us to be sure that we're still going down. And this was the zone that I saw here. A lot of you don't know that weeks, especially when you come into HRC, weeks are major zones. So that was the zone that we used, and we took the sell from there. I closed some of my positions here. I closed some here, and I'm still holding some. So why am I holding? Because we have this is where the interesting part of the video is. Why am I still holding? Because you have, don't think I'm just holding because I'm blindly thinking that price will just keep selling like that. Yeah. So this will take us into the weekly outlook to see why I'm still holding and why. And I'm not holding on all my accounts. I'm holding on only one. You get. And what I would do if next week opens in a certain way, you know what I'm saying. So I'll just let you guys know those things. So price kept selling. This is Eurusd. We are still on Eurusd. Thank God we started from the story of how I took this test sell. So you guys can, be up to date. Basically, I took that sell because I expect price. Although this is where I put my trade profit, but I'm still holding some. On this was on one account. I'm still holding some to take profit here. Oh no, not here. To take profit around here. Around here. So because that's what I need for the account. So this is it. We are still going down based on analysis. But what's the coordinate of this though? That's where the point is now, because I and Austin, we are having a bit of differences there. I have this I as my what's it called? I have it as D plus, and Austin has it as D minus. In short, his own did not flip back to D plus, while my own flipped back to D plus. They started D plus, but their own flipped. His own flipped to D minus, and my own flipped back to D plus. His own did not flip back to D plus. So that way, he's having D plus under this low. That is for Austin under this low. He's having D plus S maybe something. That doesn't matter much. It's the D that I'm more concerned about under this particular low. This when was this Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday snow. So and then this day opened, this day was D plus. Let me remove this. Let me remove this. So this day was D plus. So this day opened D plus, and D plus took out for hosting. This D plus took out D minus. But for me, under this law, I still have D plus. Do you understand? So there was no exhaustion and absorption. So for hosting, this I is true liquidity, while for me it is not a daily true liquidity. So it's just the way we check signals that are a bit different, not entirely different, but a bit different. So, and this is what I'm intentionally saying it because this is what most HRC, because funny enough, there are a lot of things happening, a lot of comments I've been seeing on Twitter. I'm intentionally saying it because most HRC guys that are tending to be profitable, that are looking to be profitable on HRC, they don't know some things. Honestly, I just said that so that you will know that first of Austin and I, we are not using the same exact way to generate our signals. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you once you understand that, once you understand that Austin and I, we are not using the same exact way to generate our signals, what you just need to know is that why are we still getting, you know, results? Because my results are obvious. I post them on X, and obviously Austin too has results, and some of you learn from him too. So that just tells you that it's still, you can have different ways of checking your signal, but you should still arrive at the same kind of thing. I'm not talking about in terms of liquidity alone. For example, we have the Austin has the liquidity, I don't have it as liquidity. But in the same sense, although there might be some trades that I will take that I will not be able to take based on how it checks the signal, or that I will take that I will not be able to take. But at the same time, it is what I see that I will trade. Do you understand? A lot of us just want to trade whatever any other person is seeing and all these things. You know what I'm saying? But this is what you see that you trade. But at the same time, the overall bias will still be the same. Did you get? Yeah. So I'm just saying that so that you guys you understand that. So for me, there's no divergence here. And And if you notice, those of you that are on my Telegram channel, I said this is a very honest weekly outlook. So there's no exhaustion here. So this I is not true liquidity for me. It is not. So this is what will happen. This is what I'm looking at. And by the way, even if the high is true liquidity, if it's a daily true liquidity, I expect price to go for it only when we've hit a daily zone. Do you understand what I'm saying? And price buying from here, price not buy from a daily zone, price bought here from a 1 hour zone. Now I marked out this thin 1 hour zone. And that's because we have, in my own opinion, this is what I'm saying, and that's because we have this closing range liquidity here. And that's what price went to take before we ended last week. So this is what I'm thinking will happen on EURUSD. I've marked out this zone here that I picked out on the same 1 hour time frame. This week to week zone, I marked it out. You can see price bought from the exact zone here, and price broke it here. Price is back into it. I'm thinking price will sell from the zone. Or what's come to us, if that zone will not hold, this is my invalidation zone. The moment price takes out this place, then I'll pause a bit to see what's actually going on. Do you get what I'm saying? But my trade, the one I'm holding, what I'm planning to do is to lock it on BE. I'm not planning to take profit because of anything. But what I believe is that price should actually sell from here. If not from here, but if it's about this place, then we have to recheck what we expect to happen next. So you want to pay attention to how I picked that zone on this EURUSD. How I picked the zone. It's very, 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 very crucial and important. Yeah. So you can see after price took this exhaustion absorption, this what's it called, closing range liquidity, and price entered this zone. Price but to go take, because they were buying from the 1 hour zone, to go take closing range liquidity. For closing range liquidity, we use 1 hour zone. Very, very simple stuff. Why are people stressing each other? It's very simple. The problem is that people want to know everything. Like, okay, it's not bad to want to know everything, but the problem is that people want to do everything. Simple stuffs. Simple. Bro, it's just that I don't see any proper zone here. I would have taken, like, if this was a normal day, I would have taken this sell from here. Just that there is no proper zone here. But if I should still take it, I can actually still take it. Honestly, I'll just use something around 4 hours around this place, a bigger one here, to draw it out to sell. But that's not why we're here. So that's just what I expect on real. So I'm expecting something like this. Either something like this. Yeah. This bite and this trade should go like this. Yeah. I'm showing something like this. A sell from this exact place that we're in. Price might gap down, you know, or price should price should, you know, come here. But this is not what I'm expecting. Let me just have one view. Since you already had me say those other things that will invalidate this my position. But this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting this place should actually hold price. You understand? Around this place, around this void that we have, should hold price and send it back down. What's come towards this zone? Do you get? So, and I'm expecting this low to be taken because I'm still bearish on EURUSD. So I don't have that place as true liquidity. That's that for EURUSD. Let's go for NZDSD. NZDSD, very beautiful pair. I think I marked this one too out. This is the first time I'm checking this pair in this weekend too. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing on NZDSD. Price had weekly exhaustion absorption here. This was the first weekly exhaustion absorption, and there was weekly true liquidity here. Yeah, let me remove this. Sorry, there was weekly true liquidity here. Price took this place out, and there was daily exhaustion absorption here. Yeah, there was daily exhaustion absorption here at this weekly true liquidity. But price still went further to take this other week's high, which gave weekly exhaustion absorption. So that made this low, a weekly liquidity. So I'm expecting price to sell. Since price already started selling, I'm expecting price to still take out this low on NZUSD. But But let's see what happened around this place. So price entered this zone, assumed to be a daily zone for NZDSD, you know, and price started buying for this daily true liquidity. Very interesting, right? Price started buying for that daily true liquidity, even though I didn't properly see the buy, so I wasn't on this buy, this particular buy. So and when price got here, price gave something like MA and started selling back. So this is what I'm expecting on NZESD. There is no exhaustion absorption yet to say price should come back up. So this, what price is doing here, although I've not checked this list, but there should be a closing in liquidity around here that price is going up for. That price has probably even taken. You guys should check for that. But I don't want this video to be long. So I'm expecting, even if there is not, because there are cases where there are not, you won't find any. So in that kind of scenario, what you just have to check for is your zone to continue selling. So I saw this week to week zone, price bought from it here, price broke it here. That's like reclaimed a reclaimed zone. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I expected price to come here on NZDSD and sell, especially when this low is daily true liquidity and we've not taken it out. So I'm not expecting that low to send price high, this zone here to send price high. So I'm expecting price to sell from here on NZDSD. Yeah, and by the way, this low too is still there as available as liquidity. But after price sells here though, after price sells here, if this sale happens, like I'm saying it would, yeah, like I'm saying it might happen. What I'm expecting is to take my profits, between the range of this low and this low, because this zone is not available as liquidity, so it might send price back up to take a liquidity kind of, or price might actually break it straight up to come and take this low. So very very straight to the point stuff. You guys already know what I'm looking at. So that's just it there for NZUSD2. That's just it for NZUSD. It's just as simple as that, guys. As simple as that. No rocket science, no hard stuffs. It's very very simple. So for NZUSD, let me mark that out too. I'm expecting this to happen on NZUSD. Yeah. So that's what I'm expecting on NZUSD. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe and make sure you're following my Telegram channel. Very, very important, because I do some things there. Make sure you follow me on X too. Those are the places where I drop my trades. And yeah, thank you for watching.